chop it up with individuals. He was the talk of the town. Going down the one in the curve. You heard me. Let me just set this up real quick. Right. Okay, now, uh, for those who are curious, I did drop a new battle rap action yesterday. If you guys want to scope that out on my other channel, between two good artists, right, with classic beats. If you guys want to scope that out and see which one was a better track. And on this channel, I uploaded a video giving my thoughts on the whole Little Toro situation that people were asking about. So if you guys want to scope that out on my thoughts on that, right? And now, another one that I'm being asked for a lot, right, is that I have individuals telling me if I'm a part of the YouTube Yarda Mesa, right? And my answer is no, right? Because I'm not a part of none of all that, right? Like that type of genre of like content creators and stuff like that. Even though we share an audience and it revolves around the taboo, prison, criminal, genre, um, it's focused different than theirs, right? And now you do get individuals that come and don't really grasp about like the YouTube yacht. The YouTube yacht is not a real thing. It's not something that's actually taken seriously. Like the individuals that are part of the YouTube yacht that don't say it like in a, they're not being like serious about it, right? They're trolling. It's a trolling thing. It's a running joke, right? Because you had certain individuals that wanted to treat YouTube like prison and think they were tough and apply prison rules, right? So it's like they made a joke out of it, right? And they critique those who were involved in that kind of behavior. But that's what it is. It's not something that these individuals actually take serious, right? It's just a joke. What's cracking like in Dashpool? Oh, I scoped out the video of the rapper, the Smiley Criminals. Yeah, definitely talented. You know, she sounds like Miss Crazy, but yeah, she definitely has skills. When it comes to the rap, right? Like my only critique to it comes off like like it's like trying so hard to sound, like you're a Southerner, right? But other than that, the writing skills are on point though. Like if we're just talking about the sheer rapping, not the concept, but the sheer rapping skills. Yeah, definitely had skills. Definitely. Sad that the I don't know how she passed away or whatever, but yeah, there was definitely skills on the mic. That's without a doubt. The Spanglish, you know, Spanglish, Spanish type of rap, right? Kind of like the style of a lot of the Mexican rappers, the ones that do rap but that stay in Mexico, right? Like a duende type of style. Well, more extreme though. Like I said, like I mean, I made a video on my other channel explaining exactly why it doesn't. I hate breaking it down the way people can understand. You have another channel? You have a channel? She said, "How did she die though? What did she die of?" Yeah, that is true, bro. It's not so much that you don't care about your talent, though. It's more that you don't think you have talent and you don't think you're gonna go nowhere because of the situation you're kind of in, right? Like you really don't see anybody, actually noticing you, right? And actually, like you really don't feel like you have what it takes to like make it out. You know what I mean? I guess the lack of confidence in oneself, I guess you could say, right? They have confidence, just not in themselves and their skills. Did you understand Spanish? Yeah, I speak Spanish fluently. Like I understand Spanish perfect, and I can speak it perfectly. Like I said, I was raised with my grandparents. My grandparents don't speak English to save their lives. They can't speak English to save their lives. so I could talk, fully in Spanish and understand it. It's my first video. It's on this. Oh, okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I seen it. I seen it. It popped up. Where I seen it. It was on. Whose channel was it on? Bam Bam? Bams? Bams? Bam Bam? Bams? He's new. I think that was where I seen it. She got shot. Oh, okay, all right, all right. So she was a victim of the streets. Um, she was pretty much. It was whatever you would picture, like these black gangsters to say, but just in Spanish. She was pretty much saying all of that though. Like, carrying guns and, shooting at people and, not giving a fuck and causing chaos. And, she was saying all that. What do you think about it? I personally think he's the best outside rapper, but it doesn't get Mr. D. Which one? Like Southland Records, Mr. D, or the guy that what was his name? Tony the Wizard. There you go. Can't believe it. That shit slipped my head. The one that he was working with. Sneeze fun. True. Batman is in my channel. Are you saying I'm talking about? No, no, no. I think it was a comment that was on there on his video, and I think it said that I had made a video about this, right? So I clicked on it, right, and I seen the video. That was on my first break. I was just scrolling through YouTube. Oh yeah, we could definitely do that, and then do because I know the north. Well, I don't know if the Northerners have that many females that they're right, but they have that female Tweety, and she gets down, and she does Spanglish too, like Spanish and English, right? So they kind of have similar styles, sort of. What's cracking like Mr. Pasa is definitely up in the casa for the raza. Ali Loco, Mr. D. Oh yeah, the individual definitely has a lot of talent, bro. A lot of skills, bro. A lot of skills on the mic. You know what I mean? Able to adapt, and not only that, but just the vibe that he gives off in rap, right? Like it doesn't sound like stale or stiff, right? Like he gels with the beat. You get me? He definitely has a lot of skills. It's crazy though, bro, because honestly, as much attention, like for example, not to hate on them or anything like that, right? But as much attention like Lefty Gunplay or Tommy Guns gets, right? Honestly, this individual should have been getting more than them because honestly, he has more skills than them, in my personal opinion. You know, like his rapping skills are on point, bro. Now, I'm not just saying that because he's from the 818, right? Because, like I said, our neighborhoods don't even get along, right? But I'm not a hater. I'm able to recognize talent when I see it and when I hear it. I mean, the individual definitely has a lot of skills on the mic. You can tell that he grew up being a real fan of music, though. Like, he's not just trying to, like, he wasn't just rapping because he was hoping to blow up, but, like, he actually likes music. While the other ones, maybe it's just, like, to gain profit off of it, right? Like, Lefty Gunplay and like Tommy, they have like personality, right? But and they focus more on their personality than they actually do on their music, you know, because I feel like their music does need a little bit more work on it. Hey, but who the fuck am I? I mean, it's working for them. I mean, you know, they get all the attention. You know, when I hear talented individuals like that, but then I see other individuals get all the support instead, I'm just like scratching my head, like, what the hell? Like, do people just not care about how music sounds, or just like, I really don't understand. Like, then what do people really hear in music, though, right? Because a lot of people that that say some songs are like, oh, that song was badass, and then I hear it and it's like complete trash. I'm just like, what the hell? Like, what are people talking about? I don't know. It's really hard to understand the masses, bro. What if Eminem wanted to challenge you to a rap battle? I would definitely battle him with confidence. I would for sure lose, but I would definitely give him my all. Would Eminem ever work with a Chicano rapper? I don't think so, bro. Eminem just has a different type of persona to him, right? Like he's not one to kind of like seek out individuals to do music. Not to think that he thinks that he's like the shit and stuff like that. Like, oh, he's doing it because he's cocky. He moves like that. He's cocky. I think that's just always been his personality. Like, he's not really somebody who likes to socialize, like mingle. He's not really like, like seeking, friendship. Like, he's more paranoid than anything, right? Like, he doesn't really trust people, and he kind of rather be like by himself, right? Even when people talk about when they would work with him in music, right? Like he would just kind of be on his own little world, right? And that's just the kind of, even when they interview him, like he's not really all that chatty unless he's like drunk or something like that, right? Seems more closed and antisocial. So I don't think he would want to like reach out to do a song with a Chicano rapper. It's just not his persona. He probably think like, nah, these fools are gonna fucking jump me and rob me. Not to say that he's scared, but there's just some people out there that are just really, really paranoid, bro. And he just comes off like that. Nah, I don't think he hears Chicano rap. I think he's more into whatever he's into, right? Like his own little world, like I said. You're doing YouTube videos from now? That's right, my boy. Hey, if that's what you want to do, then that's what you want to do, bro. We'll support. I've never seen Eminem ever acknowledge Chicano rap, or at least we know it, besides Fat Joe, but yeah, and not even like that to either. It's rare that Eminem actually, we know he hears like multiple rappers because we hear him like reference them in his raps, right? But he's not really one to, like I said, to be out there like that. Just look at his rap career, right? He probably one of the, like the big rappers who has like the least amount of features. you know, Not that many people really work with him in music. Like compared to like everybody else who's worked with everybody, he's kind of seems to be a little bit more isolated, even though his name was, high on the mountain. I think Mr. D should the title of today's Chicano rap in my. That's one on. Yeah, he definitely has skills. Eddie, I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's up there though. He's up there though. Like him, Cujo, Misfit, Osai Blaze, Sicko, Duende, Romero, Mr. Shadow, YG. Um, like individuals that just have a lot of skills in rap. Like to me, like what makes somebody skillful in rap though, is like, and you can hear it in their songs, you can hear it in their music, right? When you listen to their tracks, um, there's rappers out there who can only rap to certain kind of beats, and I know this because I I've been in the studio with individuals, and there's certain individuals that can't rap to certain beats because of the pacing. The pacing is maybe too slow or maybe too fast for them, right? And they just can't adjust, because their style is they just can't make it work. For whatever reason, they couldn't, because the good thing about being Chicano is that you have not only the English language to work with, but also the Spanish language to work with. So that's a lot of words, but individuals are only as creative as their grammar, right? Like if you're illiterate, then then that gives you the least amount of things to work with, right? Like the best thing you want to do is educate yourself and read, bro. That the more words you know, the more shit you have to work with, more ammunition, right? So if anything, if you're seeking to look for a rap career, you would think you would do that, because that gives you more wordplay. That way it's not just repetitive or redundant, same shit over and over and over again, right? Like Deep just can't rap to any kind of beat, or MC8 or YG. They can only rap to certain kind of beats, or E40. You know what I mean? Um, Even Bone Thugs, when you put them on a slow paced beat, they struggle, bro, because they're used to the high pace beats. And then if some individuals put a high pace beat, bro, they can't rap to it. Someone who I think is like good at rap could adapt to any kind of beat, no matter what kind of beat it is, whether it's some ridiculous circus type beat or some gangster shit or some clubbing shit. They'll make it work. They can adapt, like they're not to be like, oh no, I can't do that beat. That beat's too hard. You know what I mean? That to me is what a true MC is. They can rap, and we've seen this like Wake Up Show or Funk Flex, for example. Those are two, channels and stations that used to challenge individuals. They used to have individuals just freestyle, and me, skillful is also somebody who could freestyle just off the head, that doesn't need to write it down or have something rehearsed. You're a rapper, no, so you're able to come up with it in your head, right? And a lot of individuals can't do that either. We've seen that with Nipsey as well, right? When they had Nipsey up there, Nipsey wasn't able to do it. Yeah, he wanted to call himself, like the king of rap, though, but just like, you know. Probably the best one that I had seen on Fun Flex, the Wake Up Show, was when they had um what's his name, Ali on there, right? Because they challenged him crazy because they kept switching up the beats. Man, they put him on some country type beat. They put him on some rock beat, some fucking like some white girl, pop star type beat. He was making it work, bro. That shit wasn't throwing him off, and it was straight from the head too. I was like, damn, my boy. They threw him like the hardest beats out, bro. Some country type shit, and bro, he was making it work. You know what I mean? Honestly, when shit like that, I think it's fun, bro. I think when the beat is challenging, it makes it more fun compared to like you have a basic beat, right? Because it's boring. To me, it's boring, right? It's kind of like just some basic type shit, right? But when it's challenging, it makes it more like fun for the artist, right? Like trying to make it, like trying to adapt to the beat and make it work, right? I think that's the fun part. But like I said, that's only if you like music. If you don't really like music and you actually have to work, then yeah, I can see individuals like, I don't want to write. Like, I'm not really think that hard, and you know what I mean? That's how I know that some of these rappers, when they're fucking lazy, bro, like, oh man, I need some money. Hold on, let me hop on the studio real quick and drop something. You know what I mean? And they give you some basic ass type of rap, bro. Because they're not really trying to think and wordplay and really, they're not trying to work, bro. They're just trying to give you the, minimum as possible. That's why the songs nowadays are only like 1 minute and like 50 seconds or 2 minutes if you're lucky, right? And then 20 seconds of that is stalling and just intro and outro. You know what I mean? And as a consumer, you should be offended by that, bro. Like, you're paying your hardworking money for this, and just to give you the bare minimum. Like, you would figure they would want to give their fans their money's worth, right? So they would give it some effort. But if they're not giving no effort into the the project, then why should I give my hard working money for it then? And it's as simple as that. But nowadays generation, they can't see that. They don't have no work ethic. Not just in music, but even like with everything, right? Even like sports, right? Michael Jordan gave an interview where he said that he would play hurt. When they would ask him why would he play through injuries and why would he always want to be out there instead of getting like subbed out, he said, "Now, well, people pay their hardworking money to come and see this basketball game. The tickets aren't cheap, right? Some people, probably this will probably be their only once in a lifetime, right? So they paid to come and see him play. So they paid their hardworking money. He's gonna go out there and do what he's got to do, right? Because hey, he goes from the people that are sitting straight front row seats to the ones on top, they all paid, their hardworking money. So I'm gonna give it my all, because that's what they paid for. Nowadays, the individuals are like, wow, why are people complaining that we're low managing? Like it's just basketball that serious. Like, yeah, it must be nice, huh? Like, bro, they don't care about the fans, bro. You know what I mean? When they should, bro, it's because of them to do what you do. But it's almost like they're entitled. They feel like that you should even be lucky that you even get to be in the same arena with them, even if they're not playing. Like, bro, people pay their hardworking money, bro, because they came to see you play, bro, meaning the stars. You know what I mean? People think Chicano rap only comes from states like California and Texas. They don't consider Hispanic rappers from places like New York, Chicago to be Chicano rap. No, but it is Chicano rap, though. There's rappers, everywhere. Milwaukee and Minnesota and Washington and fucking Utah, that are fucking Southerners that rap. Chicago, even though people be like, there's no Sureños in New York or in Chicago. Yes, there is. Stop crying about it already. Let it go. It exists. Boo-hoo. I was privileged enough to meet. Chop it up with Mr. D. He's a cool. Oh, the youngster? Hey, it is what it is. Eminem's the only one that stayed with the Drake's label. Everyone else left. All his money on Eminem. Update on the G-Funk. Oh yeah, actually I had uploaded the video onto this channel. They're gonna be on this channel now. I had actually uploaded it, but I got flagged with YouTube. They took it down and they said because it was promoting violence and I don't know, right? But I think I know because I did it different than how I used to do them, right? I decided to change it up, right? I was trying something new, and I think that's where I went. I think that's what was wrong, right? So I changed it and I submitted my like review, right? For they could check it and see if it's approved, and then they could upload it. Now I'm just waiting for them to get back at me because shit, I work hard on that video, bro, and you know what I mean? Not gonna let it go to waste. So hopefully, now I'm just fucking waiting for them to approve. Once they approve it, it's gonna go up automatically, right? But I'm just waiting on them to allow me to do that. People on his label didn't want. No, but see, when Dr. Dre had his label though, and you can tell because the people that were signed to Aftermath, they talked about this, that Dre really didn't help them. Like he really didn't give, like he didn't have no time for his artists. He would sign artists, but he didn't actually have time to be working with. Like he would always be working on his albums or just focus on like certain people, right? So a lot of people were just, pretty much just sitting and waiting. And well, when they seen that nothing was happening, they just decided to leave. You know what I mean? And like I said, you can be good at something, right? And then now you decide to like start your own thing, your own business, right? And then it fails, right? Michael Jordan did it with basketball too, right? He's the of all time and player, but when he bought his own basketball team, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, right? Goes to show. Dre was a good beat maker and he had talent on the mic, right? Well, they wrote his reps, but rapping it either way. But when it came to running his own label, he was not at it. Well, but Eminem was always gonna have a big fan base, bro, because he's white. What do I mean by that? Look, there's a lot of people that love right. There's a lot of white people that love rap, and now that they have a white person who's rapping, they get the how can I say, they get that fan base automatically, bro. You know, like, oh man, I love rap, and now I get to support someone who's actually of my ethnicity who's rapping. Then I'm gonna support him fully. You know, a lot of people think like that. You know, a lot of people move like that. You know, a lot of people, you know, for example, like on the South, right? They say a person's rap is good, even though it's not, but just because he's a Southerner and they're a Southerner too, that they're gonna say that, right? I keep it real, bro. Like if it's not good, I'm gonna say it's not good, bro. And that's not hating on the individual because, oh, like I'm hating on him, or you know, like I don't want to help another Southerner. It's just that, well, no, well, truth is truth, though. I'm not gonna support somebody just because he's of my ethnicity or we're on the same team. You know what I mean? When somebody's not good, it's not good, bro. Period. You know, honesty to me is what really matters. Like I'm not gonna support someone just because he's Mexican and I'm Mexican. Like if there's a Mexican person running for president against a white person, right? I'm not gonna vote for the guy just because he's Mexican, right? Like let's say if his ideas suck and he's not really smart and he really has no good direction, I'm not gonna vote for him because he's Mexican. You know what I mean? I'm gonna vote for what's fucking right and what's actually, you know, like, you know, would actually help and make a difference. But most people would, oh shit, a Mexican finally running, he's getting my vote. Even though the guy has no fucking ideas, he's still gonna get my vote. Which is the most stupid way of thinking. I get it being, you know, prideful in your right, but you also have to use your common sense in things, bro. Like, oh, right here, we'll you can't critique them because of that ethnicity. Only our own could critique us, which is stupid too. Like I said, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Period. Did Eminem ever handle his business because he grew up in the ghetto? Well, no, yeah, he had, you know, incidents where he would have fights, beefs, and shit like that, right? If you look up like his beefs, you know, when he was coming up in Detroit, uh, like in the rap scene, right? Because he would get bullied because he's white, and he would have to throw down and stuff like that, right? I think Drake can so everybody if he has proven it. Yeah, he definitely could adapt to beats. I don't know about every type of beat because I haven't heard him rap to like every type of beat, right? I would have to see him like, like these other rappers that go and test their shit, like when they just throw on random beats and they just spit, right? To get an idea of it. But it does seem like that, right? He has love songs, he has, club songs, high pace songs, slow pace songs. So he does seem to have, that to him. Oh no, Little Wayne definitely has talent like that, bro. Little Wayne could rap to any beat, bro. He definitely is very skillful. And he knows how to wordplay too. That individual, hey, he definitely has a lot of skills, bro. I never bumped his music like that. But from what I have heard, like he definitely has a lot of skills, bro. He can definitely any kind of be that. He's definitely skillful in rapping. He's definitely should be considered an MC for sure. The rapper, yes, I actually do. I think Eminem would have a hard time on a slow pace beat. No, actually, he has a lot of tracks on a slow, like pace beat, and he's actually hit it pretty hard. If anything, he shines his hardest when he's on a slow pace beat because of his wordplay. Like he's able to throw more like wordplay in there, bro. You know, some of his metaphors and those slow tracks are fucking insane. Like it's just his wordplay. Famous rappers like to clown on Chicano, make fun. I don't think so. Like every like rapper that I have seen when they have asked them about Chicano rap, they have actually praised it and actually said nothing but good things. Meaning like Daz Dillinger, Corrupt, Sugar Free, DJ Quick, Exhibit, Snoop Dogg, The Game, um, Ice Cube, Mac 10, Dub C, you know, like Nocturnal. All those individuals have said nothing but good things, about Chicano rappers. Cujo the Savage. Oh no, yeah, Cujo is fucking talented, bro. Talented. You know what I mean? It said that he didn't really believe in himself, that to push himself like that. You know what I mean? He probably maybe the patience, right? Because you need to have a lot of patience for the rap scene, right? I'm just like him. I just don't have the patience for all the bullshit that you have to deal with when it comes to like trying to become a rapper, bro. Because there's a lot of bullshit that goes on, bro. Like I said, even just in my short experience within it, right? It was a fucking circus. You know what I mean? So much shady shit and bullshit. It's just like, fuck that. Hey, but I guess that's to be expected when you're trying to make money like that, right? Like fast money, there's a lot of shady people and a lot of stupid shit that goes behind it too. Like the one thing that I hate that rap has, or music has, mostly rap though, is the gimmick of things, right? Like fuck the gimmick, like fuck putting up a facade and and all, but that kind of comes with the territory nowadays. Like you kind of have to have a gimmick in order to, be liked by the masses, which I think is so fucking stupid because that's what I feel negative when it comes to the music, right? Like the fakeness and the charades and the acts, right? But that's kind of the thing you have to kind of do, right? And if you're not down with that, then you're just not gonna succeed. You kind of have to be going along with the goofy shit in order to make it. Sad but true, though. And the proof within the people that blow up, like the people that people choose to like push, like that's who people are pushing instead of these individuals. That's crazy. But these individuals have the gimmick, though, the facade, kind of like the stupid behavior. Like nowadays, no people mostly support individuals based off their looks and not even their skills, right? Based off of like just shit that they get themselves into and not so much their fucking craft. Mr. Shadow Knight was the best. Yeah, it was fire. But though, I did see somebody put that Mr. Shadow's the first Chicano to collab with Ice Cube, which isn't true. Sleepy Malo collab with Ice Cube before Mr. Shadow did. Sleepy Malo collab with Ice Cube like 2015, right? It was Sleepy Malo, Squeak Rue, and Ice Cube. So he was actually the first. Mr. Shadow's the second. And not to take anything from Mr. Shadow, like I said, he's my favorite rapper, right? But hey, gotta be honest though. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my lunch break is over. Hey, time to get back into it. We out.